Welcome to Advanced Hot Topics. I'm your host, John, and joining me today is David. David, I'm really glad to have you here today, brother.
It's great to be on the show. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Are you ready to talk about what's going on in the world?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to talk about.
You can say that again. So today we're going to talk about inflation. Inflation is when your money is worth less. With the pandemic, the war that's been going on, and supply chain disruptions, it all affects finances or the way money is spent. So we've got a lot of governments giving out money. Can you talk a little bit about what governments have to think about as they handle their finances?
Well, it's just, I'll be honest, I've watched videos and read articles about inflation and economics, and there are certain basic things that I understand, but it is really so complicated.
It is.
There's so much stuff going on. There is, they sent out all of these stimulus vouchers in the U.S. so that people could, to encourage people to spend, to keep the economy moving.
Right.
Because the economy doesn't work if people aren't spending money. But if people don't feel like they're in a really safe situation, then they won't spend money. They want to save it or they want to conserve it. So then the economy actually suffers. So they have to give people money so they can spend money. But if they give people money, then that causes their money to go down, and like credit rates change, and then inflation rises because they have to kind of pay themselves back.
Yes.
And
it's a complicated system, and how to keep it moving is difficult.
Yeah, it's a crazy web. And then if you add on to that the way that the pandemic has shaken up supply chain, and also the war, the invasion in Ukraine, and you have yourself a really complicated economic situation.
It is. And so on top of that, you have a lot of people that are losing their money as Bitcoin crashes and the stock markets go up and down. So I'm really reminded, David, of a verse from the Bible. It sounds kind of funny. It says, don't trust money, basically. It grows wings and it flies away. So you don't put your trust in that. How do you see that played out in people's lives?
Well, I see it as a reminder to myself to be careful how I'm building. If I'm putting a lot of faith and a lot of energy and attention just on money as my safety, then I'm going to be really disappointed, because in just a moment, like suddenly one day the price of bread is $2. The next day, a war breaks out, something happens, one loaf of bread costs $60. And then you're standing in lines, and it's crazy. You have to be careful how you build.
Yeah, be careful, guard your heart, pray for your leaders that they have wisdom, and may you have peace, even in this season while money is unstable. See you next time on Hot Topics.